Ben Kurndorf. Yeah. Ben Bischoff. Okay. Happy days, boys. Happy hunting. Do you want Ed to come back? Yeah. You. So
Go.
I think it's a demersal for the wind.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, I'd be happy with a big snapper. Sorry?
Did you see Jack's?
Yeah, I did. Big snapper. I know. Bloody hell. I don't think I've got the gear to stop one like that today on my soft plastics rig. And off they all go. Cool. You can't muck around too much, just get on the water as well.
Slimy, bud.
Yeah, no. Just tell me where they are. A bit slow off the mark compared to everyone else. Is this camera actually going to work? It looks like it is. Press the go button. Alright. Adderotcon begins right now. Let's go. Oh, hang on. There we go. Sounder is on. We are pretty much set up. Alright, there we go. So find the liveys first. Find the liveys. Alright, we're getting to Livey Central here. So we might as well start dropping. That looks like a pretty good shine right now, actually. There we go. Got something. This feels very small. What do we get? Hey, we got one yakka. That's good. It's a good start. Let's take him. And we're just getting straight into the fishing action today. Not doing too much camera work at the moment. Let's just get some things on the board first before we muck around with YouTube. Whee. Here we go. Okay, we've got 2 baits already. That makes me happy. This guy's going nuts. Alright. We'll just watch how we don't get washed up onto the rocks as well. That wouldn't be ideal. We'll get a bit of time. A couple of paddle of that woods, I think. But we're getting baits, no problem. Plenty of baits in there now. So we'll put this one in the crutch on the hook. And we might just clear this area a little bit because there's a lot of people here all of a sudden. Okay, same as last time though, we're going to get the livey out, control him out, and then we'll get a soft plastic on. So So we're just doing our standard. Sometimes in comps you stick with what you know instead of breaking the rules and trying to do something different. So livey straight on and straight out. We got, I want my old faithful curly tail, so crazy legs on. Let's see what we come up with. I'm going floating over something. It looks pretty hectic. Is it slimies? Is it bait? Oh, something. It might be pillies. What was that? Something had a little go at the bait jig. Let's see if we can get one. No, we missed him. Well, my bait's going to be going straight. Oh no, we've got something. Oh, they're pillies, look. Look at that guy. So that's a big school of pillies. If they're floating around, there can't be luck before long. Oh well, he's gone. I wouldn't put him in the live bait well anyway, because see all those scales that just came off in my hand? They come off all over the bait tank as well, and they start choking up all the alivies in there, and they start passing out. So it's always a good idea not to overload the bait well when that's happening. But now that we know that they're pillies, we'll just chill out on that, because we don't really have anything to do with them. Let's find a couple of marks here and start dropping soft plastics. We're still floating out pretty quick actually. Look, we've cleared that whole area. There's a hell of a lot of people fishing all around here. I was getting the snapper just in there, but it looks a bit hectic to go in there, so maybe. So welcome, if you haven't figured it out, this is the first day of the comp. This is the Outer Rock kayak fishing comp. I've just got my game face on obviously, so I just wanted to concentrate on getting some bait and getting out here and get fishing. So we've got a livey on now. Let's drop plastics. We'll see if we can find some good snapper on the outskirts. I don't want to really go in the thick of it, and we could even just start heading straight out to middle or down to boat, but I think there's be snapper hanging around here, so it's probably worth having a couple of drops on some odd marks here and there as we move out to maybe middle, and then we'll head down to boat. But as we know, the fish could be right here close, so there's just a hell of a lot of people here at the moment. So let's find a couple of nice little marks all to ourselves, just on the outskirts maybe. Just like that actually. See how there's no big sort of, nothing big on it. Ooh, is someone wahooing already? Someone's wahooing away. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to go off. Just drop it down slow and just watch that line peel off fast once it gets down to depth. Alright, we missed a little hit then. Didn't seem big, maybe just a little pecker, but he's taken the whole back of my plastic off there, so that's no good. So let's get a freshie on. Maybe we'll put a jerk shot on, just so there's more of a bite zone. Just like last time. Bummer. Just got a hit on there. It didn't hook up unfortunately. Just we stripped a bit of line, went and that was it. And I think I just turned that front camera off unfortunately as well, so I don't think I got any decent footage on there. Yeah, right. Okay, get another one on. Definitely hang around this spot for a while. Doesn't seem to matter what I do. Just got another little bite, but just pulled the end off. It's the day of almost so far. Let's get another one on. Just keep at it, we'll get one soon. Surely we'll get one. If we just keep putting things out there. Okay, we got something here, at least, and he's definitely not getting back down. He's not really pulling drag, but he is putting a bit of pressure on me. So, let's just get him in, eh? I'm assuming snapper. Alright. It's not big, but unique size. That's a keeper. We've got something. Alright. A similar kind of snapper to what we got the other day. But yeah, well, we've got some points on the board. Not big points, but we got something, which is good. Okay, we'll get the knife out, we'll take care of him, but let's keep at it. If we get a few more of them, not only do they make a good meal, but they actually will put points on the board. Got to contribute to the team. No, I think you caught me. Yeah, no, it's not a fish. Yeah, yeah. I guess we might as well just wind each other in. Okay. Oh no. Try and wind that one in, it should come in now. There we go. Cool, no, you're right. Just a little fish. Yeah, getting a lot of little ones now. See you, buddy. Well, I think that's me. We'll paddle in. Oh. What are we going to do with you guys? Let a few of you go, I guess. But yeah, super slow. Nothing going on for me today. That's a good fish, mate. Look at it. Such a cool face. Is that just after I saw you out around boat? Or was that?
No, before, a bit before that. Just
okay, you got
to.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's a beauty, mate. Far out. Well, definitely not good fishing for me, but it's good to see a few people got some nice fish in. So that was a good snapper, and that Spangled Emperor, very impressive. Such a beautiful looking fish. But go and lick my wounds, and yeah, we'll see how we go for a round if we get out for this afternoon. If not, we're going to pin it all on tomorrow morning. All those kayaks, that looks pretty cool. That's mine, obviously, but some pretty slick looking skis. Quite like this blue setup, this one with just the big blue band in the center. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, and this grey one here, this one sort of, oh well, I didn't have the line on it here, but I used to have this colour. My very first one was like that. Tough fishing. Have another shot of that. Didn't quite work out yesterday. Let's get the wheels off. We need to do that, don't we? Alright, rock hole done. Guess we better get down and out into the kayak and get out there. Ooh, those feet are very cold this morning. The wind is meant to pick up something nasty as well over the next hour or two. It might actually be a bit like that first pre-fish that I did and be a little worse out there than we think, but there's only one way to find out, and hopefully we'll drop some liveys down on the head of a big fish. But we'll see. Confidence is not high. Got a bit of pace on, eh? Never always get fit. Alright. Fairly efficient setup. Pretty much the first here. Well, the first here that actually has rods out. Now just got to find some bait. How hard could it be? And it's a cracker of a sunrise. We're allowed to talk about sunrise shots. When you're taking sunrise shots, it means you're not doing very well. Which we are not. Well, it's actually, the wind's picked up something horrific. Doesn't seem that, oh well, that's nice that he got himself off, but look, we caught like a little baby emperor. Not the big fish we were hoping to start with, and possibly the only fish that we might get. Oh, hang on, just get our thing undoing here. So, but I think everyone's calling it quits and taken off already. It's pretty horrible out here, and yeah, look, we're moving. Oh, we're only at 3Ks now, but oh yeah, getting up to 3 maybe, and we're not even paddling or anything, we're just getting pushed. But it's really windy, so as soon as I turn around here you'll see how windy it is. So we might have to retreat back to Shag. We did have a plan, which was to get this big, right, you know what, we might actually be able to fish that live if we just get it down deep. So we had a plan, but I don't really have time to rig it up before I get pushed out into the ocean further. So let's see if we can do it. We might just have to cop it. See if we can get this weight on. Because I noticed the broccoli had elastic bands on it. So we've got elastic bands, and let's get this back on so we don't lose our car keys. And what we want to do is push this elastic band through that hole somehow. And we're getting way off the mark now, so it's going to be a big paddle just to even get back to where we want to be. So elastic band on, get it around there, tighten it up around the braid, just like that, so we can get some weight down. But even then, that weight might not actually be enough now. As long as I can hold position, it'll be alright. Alright, well, we'll make a go of it. Let's see what happens. Look at the chop picking up. But it's alright. Definitely, I've paddled worse. Now that chop's significantly worse now. Yeah. It's going to be a long paddle back to Shag, eh? We might need to move a little closer in. This is becoming a bit unfishable. And if you do get a big fish, God knows what you'd do. You'd end up out at flat rock. So when let's just get out of here, it's out of control wind, so yeah, that was a long paddle back. Interesting. We'll go get cleaned up. Beauty. Anyone that ever asks what I do with these reels to clean them, this is it. You just give them a good hosing off. Especially after a day like today.
Alright guys, great job. So really give yourselves a pat on the back. It was probably, you know, despite the conditions and the difficulties this morning, I would say it was pretty smooth, and it's very much thanks to all of you guys. 282 points, Gary Matthias. Hey. Gary.
Out. What I'm allergic to.
To see what fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard some. Okay.
Yeah, right. So did you just prick,
Yeah,
like little pricks and little drops of each.
Yeah, exactly. You want me to do it again on his other arm?
No. Yeah, sure. Yes, I do actually.
But maybe you can just explain. So it's for
So the positive control is histamine. Everyone reacts to that one. Then the negative control is salty water to show you don't react to everything we put on your skin.
Okay. Yep.
Because some people have sensitive skin and the test is not valid.
Yeah. All of a sudden in a video.
And then we do cod, salmon, and tuna. They're your common 3 species. And then specifically we've used longtail because that's a fish he wants to eat, and snapper, the freshly caught by a YouTube celebrity.
Cut. So they've basically got little samples of the flesh here.
Just prick through the skin.
And you've just pricked through the skin, and now we just wait for a reaction, do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if he starts crying, you know.
Yeah, because Dennis here is allergic to fish.
well, maybe
not all fish though. So we need to find out so he can start targeting particular ones that he can eat.
I can feel this one's like super itchy.
Yeah.
Really? And what was in that one? Sorry. Again?
That was the
That's the
histamine.
histamine.
That's the histamine. So that's the one we know it's going to
Everyone
react to.
should.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Dennis has just chewed up a little piece, and now he's rubbed some on his lips. So it's looking good, man. It's looking like he's having fish dinners.
And I've just eaten a piece now as well. So
We're on our way. Spend
Alright.
my time up at the PR.
20 minutes and we'll see how
We'll
we
keep an eye on you. Okay, we're going a big piece.
go. Alright, let's go.
Oh, sorry. Poor filleting. All right. We'll see you later, mate. It's nice knowing you. Oh, yeah, well, it's looking pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
No reaction. It's all a little bit hazy. Alright. Maybe we go a little closer to the beach. And we'll go for a quick drive. Check out the beach. No real cars. Oh, I can see there's a person down there. They must be camping down there. And there's a car on the beach, I think. And the surf's nice and calm here. It's definitely the calm side of the island. So another Atarock kayak comp is down, and I had a lovely time. It was really cool, but I've got to admit, like weather-wise, that second day, it really sort of stitched us up a bit, and the fishing wasn't so great for me, and a lot of other people in the comp, I think. So I think there was a bit of a transition period this comp where there was, I think if I'd switched to different tactics, more about like bottom, getting my liveys down deep and focusing on like big snapper, spangled and jewfish and things like that, I probably would have had a lot more success. But because it's a bit of the crossover of the season, I think I had my mind stuck on mackerel still and hoping that there was a chance to still get one. So I think maybe that wasn't probably the best choice, because the guys that did sort of switch tactics a little bit and focused more on those bigger bottom dwelling species like those big snapper that got caught, I think they're the ones that did the best. But yeah, no, it's all wrapped up now. Most of the people have gone home, and I'm heading home this afternoon. But we'll still have a bit of fun and see what we can do. We'll just enjoy this sunrise, look at that. And yeah, maybe we'll go and cook up some of that snapper. I've got actually a really simple meal that I like to do every now and then. I don't really show it because it's a bit of a cop-out, because it uses a packet noodle, but it's actually delicious. Maybe we can have that for breakfast. I've since got a message last night. So you saw the fish, like the allergy testing. Well, he sent me some photos. They actually went with Andrew, who was kind enough to do a few more tests once they got their hands on some crab and prawn. Anyway, I'll probably put a picture up if I've got it on my phone. But you should see the difference when they found out which it was. So the crab and the squid, I think they used, or prawns and squid. I'll have to see, but in fact, I think I've got it on my phone. Let's have a look. So Dennis sent me this message last night, and it was Andrew as well. They both sent it. Here we go. All right, so hopefully you'll be able to see that and it'll come out clear. But if you look there, I don't know if you can zoom in on it, or maybe I can zoom in. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, if it's just reflection, but there's like a big welt. I'll try and hold it. Yeah, there, I think you can see it there. Like a big welt for prawn. And then if we move over, squids also had a pretty big reaction. So clearly no squid or prawns for Dennis, but fish is back on the menu, boys, so that's pretty cool. So for someone that's basically runs fishing comps, likes kayak fishing, has always fished but always avoided it, because basically when he was young he had a few reactions and they couldn't narrow down which seafood it was, and they did blood tests, and then the doctors that did the tests at that time, for whatever reason, sort of just said avoid all seafood. And so his whole life he's avoided seafood. Turns out he could have been enjoying it plenty the whole time, but with some proper testing and some proper advice. So Andrew was super nice to give him that proper advice and clarify it all for him. So it was actually really worth just seeing Dennis's reaction and see him get excited about eating fish, and you know, it's basically opened up a whole bunch of different things for him to try. So he's very excited. You could see how excited he was. Is that fish? Oh no. Anyway, sunrise is beautiful, but maybe we'll get up and have something to eat, I think. Well, that's just a lovely spot, isn't it? Yeah, just chucked everything in the back. We don't need the bed anymore, so it's free for all. But yeah, definitely rooftop box, definitely side step for the kayak to get out on the roof. And yeah, just and yeah, maybe full chopping board here, or just a tablecloth just to spread over here, just to solve a few of those problems. But I think then we'd be pretty good. Anyway, let's make something to eat. This is not going to be the most epic. This is not going to be a gourmet catch and cook. This is going to be a good old-fashioned, feel-good, homely, comfort food cook-up. You know what? Maybe we should get this out for one more time. Just continue the testing. Just put it there. But yeah, we're charging now. It's been pretty good, this thing. It's managed to keep me charged all week, and then even at night it's only really dropped down to about maybe around the 60s, and then we've been able to top it up, whether it's been sort of plugging it into the car or just having it running on the solar during the day. When I did that day of editing in the back of the car as well, I just had this out on the roof. And when you've got them lined up properly, geez, the difference between having it sort of half done and lined up, like that's not really that great at the moment because there's a bit of shading on it, but it's still putting in 60 watts there. So it's saying in 3 hours it'll be fully charged, but once the sun gets up and you can get the solar panel a bit more aimed up, I got it up to well over 100. So yeah, it charged up pretty quick in the end. But we'll just leave that over there. A bit of an extension cable would be handy. But all in all, it's done a really good job. So power's not a concern anymore. I had my laptop plugged in, I had the fridge plugged in the whole time, and I was charging the phones and other camera batteries, and it was fine. It was awesome. So that's a success story. So even though the comp wasn't my best fishing day, what we did get is we got another nice snapper. I do still have the fillets in there, but I've got to fillet this one anyway, so we might as well get this guy out. Oh, he's bent. He's been bending. There he is. There's my 43 centimeter snapper. The only thing I weighed in. And we're going to do some yum noodles. These are like, these hot noodles are so good. Oh look, hey, turns out they are gourmet. Look, gourmet spicy. Oh, ouch. So we'll just keep the Glad wrap down. Go. It's two pretty amazing looking fillets, isn't it? And you know what I might do? I might keep the big parts, because what I'll need is I'll just need these two smaller parts. Keep those bigger parts to impress the family when I get home. And we'll put these two in our soup. Awesome. What a place to cook up, huh? This is probably up on the list of pretty cool spots to cook up a meal. There you go under there. That's better. A bit more, I think. It's plenty. Alright, so the noodle part of this is nothing fancy. These are just really yummy and super spicy noodles. Anyone that's tried these ones will know the deal. They're very, very yummy. But we'll get the packets in, we'll start them cooking. And then we'll just cut some pieces of fish up and we'll pop them in at the end. Just give them a light cooking towards the end. And we might add an egg as well, because the egg will make it really nice and thick and a red soup instead of being watery. I don't know anyone that doesn't like a good packet noodle. These are fancy packet noodles, though. Or sort of. They're not really, actually, in some ways, but yeah. They're a nice packet noodle. This is just little veggies and mushrooms and things. And I don't know if that whole cake will fit in there. The little cake won't fit in there, so we'll just break it in half so it fits in. Oh, look at this guy. Is that a beetle or a tick? Anyway, whatever he is, he's gone. I got a tick last time I was in North Australia, actually. Right in my chest, or right at the top of my neck, sort of where the chest meets the neck, and took forever to clear up. Had quite a few ticks this year, actually. So we'll keep these two fillets as well. Man, I'm coming home with some, even though we haven't caught a monster fish this trip, definitely coming home with some nice fillets. Okay, and someone also informed me in the comments that this see how it says 50% plant-based and 100% recyclable. I read on it here somewhere as well, it said compostable. Where did it say it? But it actually apparently isn't as green. It's like greenwashing, they call it. Yeah, when they make something seem like a really green product, but it's not as green as you think. And I was a bit disappointed, because I was a bit excited about the fact that it was an actual alternative. But I'll have to look into it more, but apparently not as good as I was hoping. But we'll use it so we don't waste it. Get an egg out. Just put one egg in. Oh, geez, that boiled fast. Alright. So we'll get them in, let them do their thing for a sec. And just when they get a little closer, I'll just crack the egg in. And I crack the egg in just so it's sort of almost like it's just going to poach it separately, because I don't want the yolk to cook all the way through. I want to be able to break it up and make it disperse through the soup, and it gives you a really nice soup. And then while we're waiting, we'll cut this up. We'll just basically cut this up into some nice fish strips. Fresh snapper. It's going to be good. Gonna start like that. Alright. Noodles are starting to plump up. Let's get the egg in. So I just break it in like that and let it sit there. Let it sort of poach. And I'll just move the noodles gently, or even I just swizzle it like that and just let the egg sink a bit. And then it'll cook in there a little bit faster, because we don't want to overcook your noodles. You don't want those noodles to get big and fat and soggy, then they'll be gross. So we just want the white of the egg to cook. The yolk doesn't have to cook at all almost. And then we'll just add our fish and we're good to go. You can see that egg on the edge there. He's ready to rock. So, just quickly, let's just use our hands though. Just quickly add our fish pieces. And these just only need to just cook. They don't have to be in there for long. Pretty much as soon as they go in, they'll be almost ready. And then find the egg and then get the yolk. See, there's the yolk. And then we just break that open and mix it through the soup. And then you'll watch it turn from a bit of a cleary, sort of almost yummy kind of thing, into a thick red soup. Look at that. Yum. And then you can see our pieces of snapper cooking up nicely. Perfect fish for this. Got a little bit of firmness. Now, I know some people might think this is a bit of a cop-out, but sometimes it really pays. It's like using, it's like using a curry paste to make your curries. Sure, we can do it from scratch, and we can make it taste probably even better in some ways, but such a good base to start with, and it's so easy, and sometimes you just need meals like that. Put the camera, how am I going to do this? Maybe I'll lean it here so I can taste some. Let's just get a bit of snapper first. A little bit of noodles as well. It's going to be red hot though. Oh, delicious. Look at that one. Now that's the ultimate chunk. So juicy. Cooked in the soup. It doesn't lose any of its moisture. And so fresh. And you can see it's just cooked. You can see almost that little bit of transparent right in the center. I guess we'll wrap it up. That's going to be another video really, I guess. I know the kayak fishing segment in this one didn't turn out quite as epic as I thought it was going to be. I really thought we'd do really well. I'd get some epic footage of like a nice big fish. I was really hoping for a big longtail. I had fingers crossed for a Spanish, but it turns out like maybe 2 people caught longtails in the end in the comp. There was a couple of really nice big snapper, a couple of really nice spangled emperor, and then a lot of small fish, a lot of small demersals, a lot of small snapper, small spanglies, things like that. One good jewfish I think got caught. I don't often get the footage of that because I stay out, especially if I'm not fishing that great. I stay out to the very last minute. So everyone else comes in and they've already weighed their fishing by the time I get in a lot of the time. So unfortunately I don't have footage of all that either. So, but it was a great comp. They're big, thanks to Australian Kayak Specialists and AKS for running it every year. It's so much fun. And it was so good to see all the buddies and, you know, and catch up with everyone. So yeah, I'll finish my noodles and yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Hopefully we'll get a chance to get up to the island soon.